Okay, we should be good on audio and mic levels. Should be capturing, wait, am I not getting any audio through this thing again? What? Interesting. Oh, no we are. Okay, cool. Oh, no we are. Okay, cool. Oh god. Got you, suckers. Hey, what's up, Justin? How's it going, man? Yes, sir. The echo was a. Oh god, I was in the chat. Ninja Master, yeah, what's up? How's it going, Tim? The echo was me testing the audio to make sure I was actually getting game cap. Yeah, sorry about that. You can't leave. But yeah, legit 7800 hardware going through a VCR, kind of Mod Podge of cords to make this work. Using a legitimate 7800 controller, which are kind of rough. I should probably switch to a 2600 one, but let's keep going. Oh my god. So... oh god, so freaking... Any thoughts on the 7800 as a system game catalog? Ultimately, I kind of feel like the 700 was a pretty decent attempt at an arcade, like, quote-unquote, perfect system, at least for the time, what it offered. At least as close as Atari was ever going to get with a home system. But, I don't know, not too bad. Like, I have, for me, I got Shoplifter, Pole Position 2, Ace of Aces, and then I got Asteroids, Dig Dug, Miss Pac-Man, Xevious, Robotron, and Centipede. So a pretty decent collection of 700 games. See, I modded my 700 with S-Video. Oh man, that must look great, actually. This is going out RF into my VCR, so it doesn't look too hot. See, I still don't get why Atari cheaped out on the Poke chip. They knew Nintendo had an integrated sound chip. Yeah, I'm not sure what their plan was with the 7800. It seems like the 7800 was kind of their... what, because it wasn't developed in-house by them, but it was developed by another company that Atari kind of picked it up from them. They had the schematics? Really? Oh, I didn't even know that. That's kind of nuts. Mrs. Pac-Man. God, I love that, like, whatever that weird graphic... oh, come on. How hard was the S-Video mod on your, 700? I'd be curious about that. Oh my god, come on, go right. I think a legit 7800 controller was a mistake. No, we can make it. Yes, there we go. Oh yeah, true, yeah, because Atari kind of had the opportunity to be the people who distributed it, and they were like, nah. They decided not to, so yeah. Oh god, come on now, go right. Got it. Get the 700 Euro pad. I need to. Yeah, the European one seems freaking great. Like, looks badass. Like, the design of it looks really solid. Wish I had a pause. How's it going, SmackX? How you doing, man? I feel like it's going faster all of a sudden. Oh, no, 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 no. How's it going, Gabber? Okay, if I actually... Ironically, if I use the joystick, like, closer to the gamepad center, it's actually more responsive. Oh god. They're moving so fast now. Yeah, I feel like every time I turn on the 7800, I feel like I'm going to, like... Just don't know how freaking weird the power supply is for it. I feel like I'm going to burn down my house. Oh no! Come on, we were right there. How do you do? Yeah, doing great, Carfrick. Tides have turned, bitches. Let's just going past the level. Let's see, let's say. Also, Ian, if you ever listen to Howard Scott Worship... Yeah, freaking... I've listened to him talk a few times at Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Really charismatic guy. But let me finish this little segment here, or die, or whatever, and I will... Oh, God, I thought he was going to go up. Let's see. If you ever listen to Howard Warshaw, or the guys who worked on the 2600, you'll find they hated the 7800 and thought it was a cheap response to the 5200. Yeah. Yeah, this is, yeah, the 7800 I have is legitimately only RF out, just like the 2600 pretty much. Really, I didn't know Warshaw actually worked on the 7800 at all, or had any... I thought he'd left Atari well before then. This is gonna be a rough night. Gabber and friends. Hey, what's up, Kevin Ball? And we did. Womp womp. CDI can do good graphics. Yeah, CDI can. CDI, I think, is a really bum rap. But I find the 7800 actually is not a bad system for the time it came out in, because considering it's like, if you watch just basic arcade ports and stuff, it's a pretty good response. And I think, what, it was kind of like Atari's, like, quote-unquote budget console, wasn't it? Oh god, come on. No, 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 no. Gonna get you. I don't even know what that mask is. Am I supposed to eat that? Man, this freaking controller is really janky. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, that was a little faster. Let's see, he didn't, Ian. It was dropped on his lap as soon as his ass was out the door. Atari employees were expected to make games for the system even though they had worked with zero dev kits. Oh, that's really intriguing. I didn't know that was actually a part of the... Oh god, oh god, oh god. I didn't realize that was a thing. There was an open world JAG game that got canned, but there's builds of it out there. Really? There was an open world JAG. I keep reading the chat and dying. Oh god, just died the same exact way. Let's see, because I cheaped out, I have better vid ports, made a huge difference. I might have to switch to a normal 2600 controller for fear of breaking this controller. I feel like I have to, like, really freaking go hard on it to get any type of, Get back here. Oh, God. Hey, what's up, Memphis? How's it going, man? Yeah, I think I'm going to switch to a normal 2600 controller because I'm worried I'm going to break this sucker in half. Yeah, I'm going to do that. One sec, guys. So I do have a special, it's called a gem stick. See, it's called Black Ice White Noise, HistoricNerd. Interesting, let's check that out. Also, not many TVs had composite out there in the early 80s. Yeah. I remember when I was a kid hooking up the antenna to my parents' set and having to use the prongs and a screwdriver. Made me feel pretty special when I was doing that. I felt like I was a freaking, like, electrical engineer. Oh god, this isn't much better. You gotta be freaking crank on this stick. It's a little bit better because I'm not too worried about breaking this one because it's just a generic 2600 controller. Keep you suckers stem locked. Ah, thought I got smarter. He's 4. What's it here? Oh, his pinky be so fast. Yeah, it sucks you can't pause. At least any true arcade port, you really can't. Who's son like it? God, no, this controller. Oh, this is just as bad. America, does this pause on the console? Let's see, can I? There's a select and reset, and... Oh, I can pause on the console. Okay, that makes sense. You know, it was between this and TurboGrafx, and I thought, well, Actually, no, it was between this and television and TurboGrafx, and I decided to go with the 7800 because I got some new games for it. Because ultimately, I only have... The TurboGrafx only have like 4 games, so it wouldn't be a very captivating stream. Let's see. Check out here. Was 700 early 80s? I assumed it came out after the NES. Does sound like an ancient these consoles. What's up? Gabber was designed in 83 and intended for release in 84, but Atari went belly up before it hit the market. Ah, okay. I got you, Math. We had the NES like a decade, and no other consoles made it. Oh, damn. See, the game is playing itself right now. I catch up in the chat. Does the reset spot work on this version? Oh, the resting spot. I don't know. I'm actually not exactly entirely sure where the resting spot is. I know that's a thing you can do to take a break during a 24-hour marathon. Ironically, I learned about that while reading Ready Player One. HistoricNerd, not to be even more of a Saturn apologist, but I think a case would be made that dither transparencies weren't as much of a hindrance when viewed on a CRT. I mean, if you had a bad CRT. What do we drink tonight? So I've had a couple of beers. I was over at a buddy's house playing poker, losing money, and smoking cigars, and I drank a couple IPAs, and now I'm back at my house and got a bottle of Apothic Red, just to finish the evening off. Yeah, unfortunately, I suck at poker because I'm just not patient enough for it. It's pointless. Oh god, I couldn't... It wouldn't... No. No, it's not me, it's the stick, I swear. Saturn was 240p, though, no interlace. No, I always felt like whenever I played the Saturn when I was younger, I was kind of like, this looks gross. I never heard of the Saturn being able to do 480p. We're talking in terms of Saturn, truth teller, apologist, CDI enthusiasts. Oh god. It's like pointillism. When you take a step back, the illusion is complete. And also, the illusion in your wallet's complete because you're down $400 in 1995 money. Oh god. Ugh. Virtual 5G was 480i. Oh shit. Reading the chat. You guys kill me. You guys kill me figuratively and literally. But how's everybody doing tonight? Oh god, I think we're still in the loop. My mistake. Let's see here. A man never blames his... It's okay, you guys know I'm bad at games. What are you guys expecting, right? Come on. Yeah, it just really depends on the game. Oh god, wasn't that paying attention there. Keep looking down the chat, and this game requires quick Twitch responses. Oh god. Oh, no. Hey, Chris, how's it going, man? Just when you thought Ian strapped the bottom of the barrel, here's the 7800. You know him. Oh god. Oh god. Almost made it. I feel like, because this is going through a VCR and then through an upscaler, I think there's a little bit of a delay as well. Making the game, so much more challenging. But then again, this Pac-Man was always a bit harder than normal Pac-Man, from what I recall. You can't leave. So, over composite, though, those dithering effects look transparent enough. Not good enough, Kevin Ball. Not good enough. Just making excuses for it. Even for a 2D powerhouse, come on. Oh no. So I think the link will school you doubters on the Saturn 480. The smear vass over the screen like God intended. Just yeah, do that, and that's the anti-aliasing God meant everyone to enjoy on playing video games. No, I still got a CRT in the corner of my office. I should just hook this up to that. But then you guys couldn't play unless I like pointed a camera at the screen. Can't imagine that'd be enjoyable. Does Miss Pac-Man have the perfect game concept as well, where you can only get so far before the game eventually fails on you? Just gonna munch these dots. Oh, I couldn't go right. No. No. Although you may play better when drunk. Yeah, I think I do play better when drunk, honestly. It's a performance-enhancing drug. Wow, I was totally bluffing on that one. Main event boxing, how's it going? Let's see here, let's check up on the, oh, you want pause it here? Catch up on the chat. Let's see here. Guys, I have to tell you a PSA, don't watch Ocean's 8, it's terrible. I haven't bothered watching that one yet. I thought it had already come to theaters for some reason. Saturn can't even do a perfect port of Mega Man X3. I suspect adds a nice anti-aliasing filter. Let's see here. All those tag fighters were terrible. I've never actually played those ones on PS1. Saturn was ridiculous, proprietary / time-consuming to program. So they definitely made a mistake there. Oh yeah. So I feel Ian is just playing the same level over and over again in different colors. That could be what's going on here. How much better is this than the 2600? Quite a bit, actually. In terms of this actually looks like the arcade game for one, and has a lot more colors. It doesn't look like boxes, and it actually controls considerably better. And you definitely have more accurate arcade sound for sure. Click, click, click. Let's try. Let's see, I do have. Let's see if I can get Shoplifter to work. I could recently pick that one up. Okay. Uh-oh. That's not a promising start. So 7800 would be a met. No. Graphically, absolutely not. 7800 is not nearly. Oh, I might need to switch to the other controller. How do you go from Ocean's 13 to Ocean's 8? Is Ocean's 8 a prequel? I can't remember. I still have X-Men vs. Street Fighter with 4. Oh, nice. Good way to go. Let's see here. Let me switch to the other controller. Okay, one thing I find really weird, like, Atari controllers are, like, maybe 2 feet long. It's just nuts how short these suckers are. They're just like, nobody's ever going to have a living room bigger than a couple of feet. They're all going to sit in front of the freaking TV. Well, you guys did get the 7800 in Europe. I just don't think it was a very popular system. Like, it wasn't even really a popular system in the United States either. Oh no. Let me try reseating the cartridge here really quick. Of course, this is the issue you have when you use legitimate hardware. Which is weird, because we get the start screen, but then we get this. Interesting. Let's try reset, select. That looks like Shoplifter. So I'm using the legitimate 7800 controller. So I guess Shoplifter cartridge might be flawed. Right, let's try a different game here. Pac-Man. Let's try. I think either will come back to email because clean the ports. See if pole position works. Jazz control might be easier, for sure. Here we go. Okay. So I think it's just my choplifter cart might have some issues. Oh yeah, the Master System did have a trackball, didn't it? Let's see. Evidently, 7800 was designed in 82. Oh, interesting. Well, man, if this had actually come out around that time, this would have been pretty innovative. Okay, so I actually have to hold the gas. Oh dear. See, the thing that always gets me is, like, the Atari joystick, like, free rotates. If that makes sense, if anyone's ever held one of these things, it's nuts. Hey, Biff Tannen, let's go, man. Wait, was this a pack-in title for the system? That's crazy. That's kind of nuts they would. You'd think they would do, like, anything other than just a racing game. Then again, I guess, like, the Sega Genesis, their pack-in title was Altered Beast, which I guess was a pretty arcade game, but a pretty limited arcade game in that. Going to bed. I'll catch you later, Chris. Thanks for dropping in, man. You have a good night. We started pretty late tonight. Yeah, I was over at a buddy's house smoking cigars and losing money, so it's pretty fun. The idea of the perfect pack-in had been forward. Yeah, I guess that's kind of a main thing, is even like Nintendo was having issues with pack-in concepts before they got it right. Did we just lose? Ultra Beast is better than Keith Courage. Yeah, I can definitely feel you there. Like they didn't want to give away their killer app to the console. You'd think like their priority would be like, okay, we'll sell our killer app with the console to get market saturation to where we have people that want to support this, right? And that's kind of like Sega of Japan hated the concept of packing in Sonic the Hedgehog, and I don't think they ever actually did. I thought the original pack-in for the NES was like Rob the Robot, so it might have been something associated with that. I guess that was kind of the main pack. I don't know, I'd have to research that as to which one it was. Let's see, Jack Trammell is an Infant Winston thought pole position too. Oh man, the Trammells, that is such a fascinating story in itself. Yeah, okay, it was probably Giant Man? Okay. I need to research that, because I'm actually not sure. Yeah, God, I have a Rob the Robot, and I need to actually, like, hook him up and see how he sounds, because I'm kind of curious. Or does he even see if, like, Rob the Robot even works anymore? Gyromite? Or as the Angry Video Nerd says, Gyromite. I don't think we made it, guys. Oh yeah, they didn't want to lump the NES in as a, you know, video game system. So they did that whole, oh, it's not a video game system, it's an entertainment system. So that way people are like, oh, okay, yeah, cool, we'll totally order this product. It's not a video game system, because, you know, those are dead, right? Even though by freaking 1987, freaking Nintendo owned 80% of a $800 million industry over across the United States, to the point where, like, by the time they got to 1990, it was like $4 billion. And Nintendo was dominating 80% of that. This looks better than some Sega CD games. I'm trying to think of the worst Sega CD game I've ever played. God, who was talking about having an S-video mod for this? That'd probably look freaking fantastic. Because I have a broken one that I need to go fix and see if it gets me better. Was it Justin? Was it you who was saying that? The Nintendo by late 86 was quickly made SBO the pack. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, because they realized they had a surefire hit with Super Mario Brothers. For sure. How's the console? Honestly, I wouldn't say the 700 is a bad console. I guess I'm not sure if any parent could like legitimately justify getting their kid a 7800 over an NES if they had the opportunity. But I mean, like, just to compare it, it's not that far off. But I guess if you like the arcade ports, it would definitely be a way to go. Let's see here. Let's play a different game. This one's kind of just a racing title. Let's see if Ace of Aces works, shall we? Oh, God. God, the power button on this console, man. Freaking finicky as all hell. Just the ergonomics of this system are really rough. I'm like, I feel like I'm going to break the cartridge slot when I put the cartridge in because it's so tight. Wow, that looks really bad. It looks like this came right off a DOS computer. God honest, it probably did. It probably came off one of their Atari STs. I do not have a Wii U, actually. I have a standard Wii. I guess I haven't bothered to pick a Wii U. I've been waiting for them to drop in price because they're basically tanking. CGA graphics mod? Okay. What's up, you mama-san? How's it going, man? Let's see. Let's be honest. Relative to the S7800 was... Well, I mean, like, the NES had a lot of innovative original games. The 7800 had a lot of, you know, arcade games. And whatever this is... V1 rocket, okay. Okay. Yeah, we're picking stuff. Let's pick some rockets. I think these are... Yeah, let's get more fuel. Yeah, let's bring one rocket. That is a 1988 copyright. That was the Atari by releasing. Yep. Definitely. Hey, Casey, what's up, man? This looks like 4 pins to 8 pin. Is this supposed to be going up or... Okay, I'm pulling... I can see the stick going up and down. Oh, God. Let's go under the clouds. Maybe like... This is a game they made. Am I ever going to go below the clouds, or is it just clouds all the way to 0 altitude and you die? Oh, jeez. Okay. Let's just go ahead and let the game fly for a bit, because apparently this is an Atari ST port where you can fly above the clouds. How's it going, Casey? All the new commercial pilots had to train on this. Looks better than Top Gun for the NES. Oh my god. Okay, stop. Oh my god, you adjust the stick slightly, and oh wow. Who thought this would be a good idea to port to this system? This is interesting. Justin Accolade got their start making 7800 games. Oh wow. Wow. Oh, what is that? That a Charizard? What is that? Is it? Oh, it's a V1. Okay. That's what it is. A vengeance rocket. Okay, how do I... Did I have a weapon? Did I not load up any guns? Did I just... Literally just load up a single rocket? Oh, God. Where is the tune? Oh, I think he... Let's see. Yeah, hell, I think he's doing something. Casey, wine, and talking about dresses, I bet it. No, actually, I was over to Buddy's house drinking beer and playing poker and losing money before I came over. But now it's wine and talking about dresses. How the fudge did, oh, what the fuck? What are you drinking now? I finished off like 4 IPAs and now I'm drinking wine as always. Hey, what's up, Rico? How's it going, man? Okay, so this is a game with the 7800. Just letting you know. So let's go ahead and switch to something else. Let's see. I never actually tested asteroids with the 7800. Let's check this out. Should be an alcohol interlock on the 7800. Captain Skyhawks, I think, is the holy grail of the 7800 vaporware. Oh, I didn't know about that one. Oh, cultists of always with the early morning drinking. It's not even 8. Well, it's almost midnight for me, man. For some games, alcohol helps. Wait, Retron 77 should play 7800. It's the same cartridge. Oh, maybe. I guess if it loads the ROMs, it might be able to do it. Oh, wow, this is... Oh, God. Really bad with the... Oh, jeez. Man, this is hard to the freaking controller here. Oh, God, I forgot you have the random warp thing. Jesus. Oh, that's a rough game. Game of life, you need to drink. You have that 7800 fighting game that started with a K? No. I don't really have that many 7800 games. I got Centipede, Miss Pac-Man, Robotron, Dig Dug, Aces of Aces, which we just checked out, Choplifter, which I don't think really works, Pole Position 2, and Miss Pac-Man, and of course Asteroids. Man, this is freaking rough on the... Oh, God, he hit the freaking warp button. Man, the freaking 7800 controller is just the worst. Because I feel like to get any type of turning action on it, I gotta feel like I'm breaking the stick off. That might just be time and the fact that this thing's over 30 years old at this point, but... Ugh. God, this game's rough as hell on this controller. Nope. Stupid-ass rock. There we go. Got it. Oh, crap. I was trying to pause the damn game. We catch up in the chat here. Let's see. HN, do you use Streamlabs OBS? I usually use base OBS Studio is kind of what I do. Which one was 7800? Third or fourth one? The 7800 was well, I guess if you count the like, Pong system, it would have been the 4th console Atari released. So, like, it went, like, Atari Pong, 2600, 5200, 7800. That's kind of how it came out. Remember you nearly banned me for my racist? That's not cool. Wait, what's up? What did I miss here? Cassie Yates. Let's see. Do you think the 700 finding game? Oh, no. Game of Life. Need a drink. Catch up in here. Craters in the asteroid. Graphics from the future. For being racist or just making racist comments? Which one was it? I can't believe you threatened me for being a racist. How dare I? But yeah, let's keep it not racist in here. How about that? But yeah, these are interesting graphics for the time. Oh god. Oh jeez. Racist comments. Don't forget about that Jag. Oh man, I freaking love the Jaguar. Jaguar is ridiculously bad and just fantastic. I actually have a coworker who has a Jaguar who loaned me a freaking. He's one of the guys I work with out on out here in Idaho. Freaking has a Jaguar and he loaned me his freaking copy of Raiden. You can check that out. He's not a chat. But yeah, Jimmy pointed out something. Oh god. Don't make me go all Vincent Rousseau on you. Let's keep it wine and video games talking here. Don't need to stop getting the LT. Casey's got it. That's the way we need to go. And hurt the LT's feelings. Oh god. Black and racist. Talk, don't face me. Oh, gotcha. Man, this freaking stick has, like, really wide zones on it. Pretty intriguing. We have all said horrific things, and he still lets us say horrific things. Yeah. I mean, there's a limit to how horrific you can be, right? The next part says save streams. Let's see, these old games had good sound effects. Yeah, this one especially. The 7800 seems to have, even though it's not like the best system out there, definitely is a serious generational improvement over the 5200 and the 2600 for sure. God, these games are freaking, like, require a lot of attention. It's fortunate. Let's see, when did they get all color and not polystyle? So the 5200, actually, if you check that system out, or some videos of it, actually was a pretty good generational improvement over the 2600. So they had the capability to go quite a bit more advanced. I mean, especially if you look at like the ColecoVision from this era, there was a lot of stuff they could do that on that system, especially. Yeah, so like someone was saying this system was actually designed in '82, but wasn't released because essentially the crash pretty much wiped out Atari. They catch up in the chat here. It's been going kind of fast. Let's see here. I'm white and fully endorse the typo negative song. Fun stuff. See, I don't think HistoricNerd saves the streams anyway, so go crazy. This game makes me racist against Rotating space rocks. I love Food Fight. The Charlie Sheen one. Oh god, that's great. Some people say the Intellivision was a 16-bit... Well, actually, the Intellivision, I think, had an expansion capability to actually make it a 16-bit. To be like a 16-bit computer, but not necessarily take advantage of the 16-bit graphic potential that, like, the Genesis had at the time, but... But unfortunately, I don't necessarily know nearly enough about the Intellivision. I have one, and it's a pretty intriguing system. And it's one of those things where, like, the controllers just really hold it back. Don't use the 2600 controller. They suck. Using a 7800 controller. Yeah, last week I did do a 2600 stream, and that was pretty fun. Got Jimmy Hop in here, and it was all kinds of fucking wacky. Oh, God, rock almost killed me. Let's see, but when was the NES? What, the Famicom was probably designed like 83, because it came out 80, well, actually probably 82, 83. Because it came out 84 in Japan, right? I'm trying to think if there was ever an arcade version of Asteroids that looked anything like this. But the nice thing about this one, I'm kind of impressed with the fact it doesn't have the same horrible flicker that the 2600 version had. God, it's like right in that degree where I can't aim at it. Okay. Kamikaze didn't do it. US in 85 though? Yeah, pretty much they did the no, the NES was 85 in the United States because they did the test launch. But I would say like it didn't really well actually it was pretty huge from like 86 to 89 is when the NES really freaking hit it off. Can you honestly I don't know if I can use actually a Genesis controller on the 2600. You know, let me go grab one. Let's test and find out and see if we can. Let's experiment. Let's find out. Oh man, this the controller I grabbed. This sounds like a legitimately good piece of hardware right here, guys. Let's see, what do you want to eat? What are we talking about here? Let's try this Genesis controller and see how it goes. There's a wrestler named Ryback, and he's Chance Feed Me More. Oh. Okay. So we got the. Okay, so a Genesis controller on the 7800 just causes your guy to randomly warp around. So interesting. But that might just be on the, yeah, so right now the Genesis controller is in here and it's just warping around. So that's interesting. See, a test model Famicom was finished in 82, says Wikipedia, but still the 700 seems outdated for the time. Only works on the 2600 games. Yep. Alrighty, let's go back to the 7800 controller. Try Master System. Guess I could. It has 2 buttons. That might be a way to do it. Let's see, do I have a Master System controller easily accessible? Yes. Let's find out. Let's try a Master System controller just for science sake. It is only a 2-button impact, so let's see. Organ Trail, we need. I got Organ Trail, which we could do. Let's check this out. Let's experiment. So I don't feel like the 7000 was also a very solidly constructed console in terms of life viability, just based on how freaking weird the power supply is they've built for this damn thing. Okay, so we got this is the 7000 with a Master System controller. Let's see if this does anything. Try a jack controller. Well, holy shit. Master System controller, you can't use the second button, but it does work primarily. Holy crap, this is such a better input experience. So we learned something today, guys. Internet first. Now, unfortunately, you can't use the second button, so I can't warp, but then again, that's kind of always been a worthless skill in terms of this game, because it kind of warps you out and you don't necessarily know where you're going to end up. Oh man, it's such a better gaming experience. Holy crap. Man, it's a better experience. Like, even the button, it fires faster. But then again, like, the Master System controller, though, has always been kind of weird. Like, 'cause it's got this gigantic square D-pad. Just begs you to crash into shit. Man, it makes this game, like, 100 times easier. Both buttons, same time. Nope, still can't warp. So it looks like that's not going to be a thing you can do. But I mean, like, the game half works. That's kind of cool. Man, I think it opens up, like, because you can actually be, like, way more accurate with this one, as opposed to where the joystick just bones you every time. So that's kind of cool. Directional pad is awful. Yeah, freaking... I did a Master System stream, and that was, like, really painful, just because I didn't realize how clunky the freaking Master System controller actually is. Crap's really rough, because, I mean, if you like, this is me touching the corner. Freaking look how hardcore that throws the spacecraft off. It's just nuts. Like, that's the corner of the freaking D-pad. Oh. Did I die or hit or shoot an asteroid? Oh, God. 3DO controller. Yeah, actually, that's the same size. Xbox controller next. How about that? Let's see, there's a European 700 controller. Yeah, freaking... I really need to try and pick up a European 700 controller, because this look... Not, the one thing, like, I don't necessarily know if it's, like, a good controller or not, but because design-wise, it look freaking sharp. Oh, actually, you know, let's try Choplifter and see if that actually makes a difference. I think that cart might be bad. I found it at a thrift store the other day. I was kind of impressed they actually had it. Yeah, I cleaned up with the pins with rubbing alcohol. So it's, the game starts, but we don't get... Game Sack is a new video. Oh, do they? No, Choplifter is not working. Let's see, Nash. I only saw one 700 in stores back in the day. None of my friends had one. Yeah, I didn't even know the 700 really existed until the early 2000s when friggin' some people started talking about it online. I was like, wait, what? Atari had more than one system? Which one has the terriblest controller? 5200? See, from what I understand, the 5200 controllers were just really badly built, so they constantly failed. A minute of boxing, you're out of here, man? Alright, catch you later, dude. let's try some Xevious. To open it up out of the cellophane here. Well, not the actual game cellophane, but I was going through when I was driving back from Missouri doing Army training. I stopped at a couple of random retro shops on my way home and found Xevious. Damn, this thing's like mint. Old Atari gamer. Wait, what? The contacts would oxidize within minutes? Really? And we know we got a freaking great port here. Well, yeah, I'd say this game, like this console with the Master System controller, much better. Oh, God. It seemed like minutes. Oh, interesting. Try out Fortnite. Oh, man. So I tested out Fortnite, but I'm like, yeah, man, this game's way too arcadey. It's really not my thing. Oh, damn. Oh, the sound die out? Oh God, not even getting a... I think the game doesn't have a proper connection. So we're not getting audio out, that's great. Let's see, I still say you should stream, you don't know Jack. Oh, that'd be kind of fun. Didn't Steam just recently do like a release of that game? Like a new version of it or something? What if there's a way to actually do like a chat program where people can chime in with their answer, like verse the audience? It'd be really fun to do like a scene at Star Trek. That'd be kind of weird. Jesus loves you all. All right. Okay. So that's Xevious. Let's see here. So what if I try Xevious with a legitimate 7800 controller, if that will give us back our sound? We could reseat the cartridge here. Oh my God, that's freaking... Anyone actually have a game sack? Why would you put your games in a sack? Oh, man. Oh, it was a Humble Bundle? Okay. Okay, so this is just... Man, this is like nowhere near the quality of the freaking arcade port. But then it's be kind of hard, because the arcade port had pretty much rotating polygons in some respect. Or at least rotating sprites. God, man, playing with this controller, holy crap. Telltale Games had a 700 bundle back in the day, so a lot of sealed games you see around it from there. Oh, God, man, the 700 controller is so freaking rough. Especially, like, going right. You guys hear this? Like, freaking... Man, this thing's, like... Not a great controller, but it's nice to know that the Master System controllers kind of work for it. But then in this game, like, literally both buttons just do the same thing. That's kind of interesting. Let's see, how about you make the sound effects for us? Oh, you know what, JBK? Well, this game's like... Womp womp. I just remember, like, the last time I played this in the arcade. All I know is it has some really freaking sharp sounds to it. In terms of sharp sounds, I mean, cuts your damn eardrums. Oh, the enemy just flies giant rings. Man, this game's rough with the friggin'. Sounds like my... Yeah, Gabber, we tried the Genesis controller, and it's actually... Well, I guess I could try it on this game to see how it plays. Yeah, I guess let's do that. Let's try the Genesis controller, see how it does. Be curious to see that one. So we know the Master System one works okay on this one. Let's see if the Genesis 3 button does anything, because I was just shorting out the last game. Oh, that's nice. With the Genesis controller, the directional inputs work, no problem, and it just keeps firing for me. So it's like an auto function. So that's cool. So it's just kind of just the extra button is just shorting a contact or something and causing it to just keep firing for me. So that's cool. Well, I guess the Genesis isn't necessarily the same input, but more a similar input at the very least. Yeah, because right now I'm not actually holding the fire button. The game's just doing it for me. Better than Halo. Oh, say my okay. Okay. Oh man, it's been a long day. Let's see, let's keep doing figure eights. How long can I play this game with it just firing for me? So I don't recall this game ever actually having a boss or anything like that, because my wife used to play this game a ton in the arcade. This is a score-based one. Oh, God. Let's see, Genesis controller can damage certain machines, especially the C64. Okay. How's it going, Electron Ash? I haven't seen you in a while. Alright, let's go ahead and pull this one out. Let's see, I wonder how the 2600 controller actually operates in this game, so let's check that out. Hi, by the way. Let's see, so let's do the 7800 controller and see how this goes. Oh my god, this... Oh god, it's even less responsive than... Oh my word, I have to crank on this sucker. What if it's just the 2600 controller I grabbed? Because man, I have to like, literally like flex to get this thing to go. Man. Oh, God. Holy crap. Yeah, I think this Atari 2600 controller I'm using might just be really worn out, because I have to go pretty much maximum direction every time to get this thing to freaking go. See, why would Atari improve the controller after the... Why wouldn't Atari? I don't know. That's one of those things I always wondered. Like, it's kind of this intriguing thing where a lot of the inspirations for the 5200 and 2600 were arcade-based. So they saw the home joystick as like the extension of that particular medium. And so the home console was just an extension of the arcade gameplay. So they never bothered to improve the controller because they thought, why wouldn't you want anything that's not... Or why would you want something that's not close to the arcade experience? But yeah, as to why they wouldn't try to innovate and make something a little more versatile, especially when like you can start making games for the home console market that are different and more versatile and just all around a different experience, because you're not limited to the same freaking replayability or coin-op experience. But yeah, try OSK with mouse. Okay. Did I miss Galaga? I do not have Galaga, unfortunately. I have a couple other games I haven't tried yet. Oh, God. That was fast. How bad this controller is. I don't know, it's one of those things where, like, Gabber, like, one of my main things is, like, a lot of people, they praise the Sega Saturn for being the perfect arcade port machine at a time when arcade ports were becoming less and less relevant. So that's one of, like, the weird things I find intriguing about it. Because it came out at this time where the arcade was no longer the draw it once was. Like, the arcade wasn't the definitive gaming platform anymore. It was just, like, another gaming niche. And Sega, still being a very dominant force in the arcade platform, just decided that they need to follow suit and stay with that formula. No, Genovi never got back to me. But then again, I said something in the group chat, and I didn't get anything from him. What's up, Jimmy? How you doing, man? You want to hop in on this? Talk about 70-100 games? Let's see, did they innovate with the 5200 controller? Well, I mean, like, you know, with the 5200 controller, they added a second button, right? And also, what, 5200 had the number pad, or am I thinking of a different... I think the 2600 also had a number pad. I don't know. But still, like, the 5200, they tried to change it up, but ultimately they just made a really bad product based on the failure rate on that thing. Ever look at those Pandora 5 game consoles? No, I'm not familiar with those ones, Casey. Were those like a Japanese console or are they North American? 4-button and a pause. Okay, that actually, you know what? A pause button and an Atari console, that's innovative right there in itself. God, this game's freaking rough. I think the game just in itself is unforgiving, and should probably grab another 2600 controller and see if that would be a better experience than this, because, man, I got a freaking crank on this sucker. Oh, they were handhelds. Interesting. Oh. One second, let's sit here for a second, drink more, and just watch the chat for a second. Let's see, you would have to look it up. It's a console with 1,000 games on it, all types of platforms. Hard for me to try and type it out. Okay. They're about $200. Okay. Is that kind of like that, like, Dreamcade project? Oh, 20 minutes or so, Jimmy. You're making me wait? Ah, come on. Oh, man. Clink with my own wine bottle. Yeah, that's how egotistical I am. That was entirely unintentional. I just was moving the glass. Wine bottles. Well, to be fair, you can beat a guy to death with a freaking Jack Daniels bottle. Those suckers are freaking huge. Well, not huge, just thick-ass glass. I find after you, like, drink a freaking bottle of Jack, that bottle is useful for all kinds of things. A hammer. A home defense item. A Molotov cocktail, ideally, if you want to take out an armored vehicle, because it will punch through the armor plating. Stop dilly-dallying, whip out the Ouya. You know, the funny thing was, Target had a couple of Ouyas, and I'm like, I want an Ouya? No, I really don't want an Ouya. But I thought about picking one up for a minute. Just out of pure curiosity. But yeah, the Ouya just looks like a terrible console, in terms of just, the controller looks ugly, and just uncomfortable, and just overall proudly unresponsive. But you guys would have to tell me. I've never actually played a Ouya. But then again, I'm also like, so it's an Android game experience in a console form. Yeah. They expect seasoned Jack drinkers not to try and control. Molly's on tanks. I bet there are statistics on. Bet there are statistics on how many people have been beaten with Jack bottles. Yeah, probably. I used them to put my cigarettes. Oh man. Yeah, that's definitely a good way to do it, Casey. National answer: Wii controller falls apart after a few days. Oh, really? Controller hurts my hands. Yeah, it just looked painful. So I'm trying to think of, like, ergonomically the worst controller I've ever used. Funny thing, like, the Jaguar controller gets a bum rap, but I find it pretty comfortable. Like, I wouldn't say it's, like, even a bad way to go. Like, I would love to try and find a 6-button... Oh, I couldn't go right there. Holy crap, that was so close. So I'd love to find a 6-button Jaguar controller to test that out, especially with the fighting games. I think those things go for, like, a couple $100 now. But, let's see. I'm trying to think of the worst controller experience I've had. I've never been a big fan of the PlayStation controllers, but... Oh, man, friggin', like... ironically, like, I always kind of liked the Dreamcast. I felt like, though, if they had just kept the 6-button build on it, and then kept the triggers, it would have had a much better gaming experience overall, because it would have given you more buttons to work with. Because friggin', like, the only thing about shooters on the friggin' Dreamcast is they're like, oh, you know what? We don't have an extra analog stick, so let's just make the buttons over here the directional pad. So it ultimately just freaking nukes the experience. See, you mean 6 face buttons, that thing. Like a fucking calculator. Duke controller? I've also, honestly, like, I've always liked the Duke controller. I was one of those weirdos that liked that system when it, like, came out. Man. Yeah, man, like, friggin', if they had just added a second friggin' analog stick to the Dreamcast controller, would have been fucking just the best. But I'm also a huge friggin' Dreamcast fanboy. I'm one of those people. Finally, Duke controller lovers. A real American controller. Yeah. Are your hands larger than regulation size? Well, I am a big dude, Colin. Oh, man. Cedric's one like a nasty girl. Try Dreamcast Half-Life. It's so bad. Facebook. Yeah. Pretty much every FPS game on the friggin' Dreamcast has that. Or it's like on the back of the game case, it's like also usable with the mouse and keyboard. Which, it's pretty cool for a game console to have that, but it's like, the funny thing is a lot of Dreamcast games offer mouse and keyboard, but you can't reprogram the button inputs. Like Out-Trigger. I haven't tried mouse and keyboard on Quake 3, but I do have it. But man, freaking mouse, like, playing Quake 3 on the Dreamcast controller, now that is a awkward experience in itself, because that was a progenitor, sure. Let's see, he drinks that wine with gasoline cans, man. Yeah, freaking VMUs were fantastic. I love that little extra feature. Let's see here. No, he just loves having big things in his hands. Oh, man. Oh, freaking man. I remember freaking going to LAN parties back in the day and playing Quake 3. That and freaking Homeworld, man. That game had ruled on LAN. Oh, God. This freaking game. Freaking hard. Bet he uses a little Tika. Yeah, Casey, I put my like a little pinky out when I drank. It's great. Yeah, this game's got a lot of green. Give it that. A lot of random circles also. Ah, God. Let's see, when Quake 1 came out, a guy I know shaved a Quake symbol on his back. Oh, damn. Back of his head. I remember my brother, he worked for like this tech support company, and they painted a gigantic Quake logo on the wall. I do have pole position. We were playing that earlier. Probably switch back to that here in a minute. I can't go. I'm going to grab another 2600 controller and see if that fixes the issue I'm having here with just the gross response time. Let's see, do you have the Monsters game? No, I do not, actually. I guess I don't remember Quake being that big of a game when I was a kid. Yeah, I think, because I remember when I was younger, when Quake came out, my brother and I, we downloaded the demo online, and it took like 8 hours, because we were doing like over 56K. We were just praying to God nobody made a phone call within that amount of time. Let's see, Ian, when are you going to give us a full screen tour of your gaming setup? You know, at some point I should probably just put together like a nice video where I kind of walk everybody through my random game setup. Oh, okay, yeah, you know what? That 2600 controller I was using, the stick is garbage on it. So this is a much better experience. Oh man, Casey, dude, when I was driving back from Missouri on training, I stopped in for whatever reason the freeway took me through Iowa for a minute, and I stopped and got off a gas station to get gas, and like it was like the strangest combination gas station I've ever seen in my life. And not only did they have a section dedicated to nightsticks you could buy as a truck driver, like for whatever reason I guess in Iowa the lead-filled nightsticks are legal, but then like the next aisle over was a bunch of really creepy ass porcelain dolls. I'm like, what is this place? The 8 sounds fast for Quake demo. How didn't you know that stick was bad? How many did I buy? They have mini crossbows. Oh man, that's great. You know, at least 4 or 5, Casey. At least 4 or 5. Oh man. See, no controller will help this game. Yeah, this game is freaking rough. Oh man. Try a steering wheel. You know, I have a couple steering wheels for the 2600, but actually they're more the paddle ones. I don't know if there's a difference between the steering wheel and the tennis paddles. I'll have to check those out. Try a light gun. Did the 7800 have a light gun? I actually don't know if that was a thing it had or not. I guess the 2600 had a couple of light gun games for it, but I'd never actually seen a light gun for it. Do a barrel roll. I'm sorry that you had to go through Iowa. And my favorite thing, like, when I go through training, I'm like, yeah, I'm from Idaho. And they're like, Iowa? And I'm like, Idaho. They're like, Iowa? Let's see, I don't know. Never was into these old ones. Was too young and started at NES. I gotcha. Yeah, these were, I don't know, these were like way, I wouldn't say way, but these were a couple of years before my time. But I just find the Atari stuff really intriguing, because it was like, Idaho. Potato country. They have, oh, yeah, you know, the fun fact, Idaho, our internet network is actually just a bunch of potatoes run lengthwise across the entire state. And that's how we generate our electricity and our internet access. It's a pretty efficient system. Unfortunately, you know, birds like potatoes, so it gets taken out regularly. And that's why I'm limited to a data cap of 10 megabytes upload. It's unfortunate. A lot of systems go offline all the time because of our potato dependency. Ain't that your state flower too? Just potatoes? God, I have no idea what the Idaho state flower is. We just burn coal and clap 2 rocks together for internet. The potato flower, yeah. That's like one of our defining things. I mean, our freaking license plates, we have famous potatoes. Yeah, we need to really, really up our game a bit. But fun fact, the city I live in Idaho is actually the fastest growing city in America. See, Idaho such Iowa already reminds me of Ballybong, what the hell word from Harry and Paul? So nothing cool really there. Yeah, there's not a really, I mean, like, if you like camping or you like a lot of stuff, like, Idaho has a lot of opportunities in terms of geographical diversity, because, I mean, like, you go 40 minutes south of here, you're in a really interesting desert. Go 40 minutes north, you're in a pretty nice, sweet forest. We have some of the most, I'd say some of the best river rafting probably in the country, if you're into anything like that. Fuck camping. Yeah, I have to say that's one of my concept, or it's one of my stances as well, too. I do enough of that shit. But if you're into nature or that kind of shit, Idaho has that. But then also, we have a lot of really interesting tech industries that are booming out here. Then we also have probably one of the best retro arcade bars in the entire country. I'm letting the game play itself right now just because I'm drinking and catching up in the chat. See, bone up the teeth. Colin, now all I can think of about Duncan the Swordmaster from Dune. I can't. Let's see here. Lots of driving in Idaho. Well, you know, I guess if you're going to eastern Idaho where there's really nothing out there, yeah, you'll end up driving a lot. So I live in the capital, so it's not too bad. How bad is the taxes out there? No, Idaho is not left-leaning at all. Idaho's very, very red. I mean, Idaho hasn't voted Democrat since FDR, if that makes any sense to you. That's how red this state is. So taxes, pretty low for the most part. I'd say probably some of the lowest out there in the country. Poor old Duncan, Idaho. Soul rest. Yes, Idaho has a lot of driving potential if you want to go out and visit other parts of the state. But I live in the capital, so I don't really have to drive anywhere to go do fun stuff. Cool thing, we got fantastic movie theaters here where you can buy a ticket to the VIP section and drink while watching movies in public. It's fantastic. That's one of my favorite things to do here. In people. For a state larger than the country of England, or actually larger than Great Britain. So yeah, a lot of room to expand out here. See, I appreciate the Doom reference. Let's see, we just got Alamo Draft House on post here. So a lot. Oh, damn. God, dude, day drink. Oh man, day drinking's my favorite. When I was in freaking Missouri, the hotel I was staying at Fort Leonard Wood, I freaking had a bar attached to it. So day drinking was how I got through the monotony of being a chemical officer. Let's see, eventually the corporations will figure out where Idaho is. The fun will be over. Let's see, you were testing all those chemicals. Oh, yeah. Yeah, testing all of them. Yeah, I got to play directly with VX, so that was pretty fun. Let's see, all those drinking while watching movies venues are becoming really big here in Houston. Yeah, it's pretty great. I really dig it. Like, in terms of, you go to that section, people just drink, and they're typically quiet during the movies, which ultimately, I just want people to shut up when I'm in the theater, so it's just a fantastic experience in comparison to what you would normally get. Shit, they even have, like, the VIP section for kids' movies. So if you want to go watch, like, The Incredibles 2, you can just go up there and get a beer or a rum and coke at, like, 10 a.m. in the morning and just watch the movie. It's fantastic. See, the Australian population is 26 million. Man, you guys have a gigantic continent for how many people you have. That's pretty sick. Let's see here. Let me catch up on the chat here. Anyone sees Star Trek Discovery? It's pretty much... Yeah, well, wait, not a rip off the game Dune. Oh, wait, they ripped off Dune as well? I know they ripped off that one game, Tardigrade or whatever. And I thought that was pretty hilarious, all of the things that they stole from that one game. It was... Kind of makes sense, considering how I thought the writing in Discovery was pretty weak already, to where I'm like, oh yeah, you know, considering they stole it from an indie game, that's really low bar in terms of where they were going creatively. So I just thought Discovery was garbage already. So there's another reason to dislike the show. But there's just a lot of stuff in that where I'm like, that's kind of, what's the word I'm looking here for? Like, it's too similar to be entirely coincidental. For sure. Let's see here. So many posts are bringing back the NCO clubs. Nice to be able to drink again and not be around Joes. Yeah, I wonder, like, why did they get rid of the NCO clubs to begin with? I know, like, the O clubs are still around. Didn't realize the NCO clubs got rid of those. Yeah, freaking Lorca was, like, the only decent character in the entire show. I like the actor, too, but, like, he was the only character that I'm like, yeah, you actually seem like a functional human in terms of to realistically manage how war with the Klingons is going, especially when, you know, humanity's losing. Yeah, Tardigrade. Yep, the engineer guy almost looks... Yeah, blonde, and I think also, like, homosexual in a relationship with the other characters. And that was kind of a direct rip-off of that. Let's see. Yeah, I know in Europe, Universal for most AUs simply labeled Wasteland. Usable. Just the Mad Max mod. Kangaroos have teamed up. God, what was it? Potential hit. I'm trying to remember who it was. Like, I think it might have been Potential History, but he did this great, like, History Channel, like, shot-by-shot letters from the Emu War. It was pretty damn funny. About how the emus gave the Australian army a run for their money. Not necessarily a run for the money, but the emus were just too damn fast to, like, round up and basically kill. So you never hear anyone complain that Breaking Bad was a ripoff of Happy Days. I could see it. Let's see, Australia is mostly wasteland. We learned to dope the soil to make it usable. Fun stuff. Does anyone have Casino Loopy? You ever check that one out? Surely a big guy has one. How the hell is Breaking Bad Happy Days? Clearly, you know, the Fonz, right? He's behind it all. Lives above the garage, cooking meth all the time. Man, this game plays a lot better when you're using a joystick that actually has, like, input functionality. Changes everything. Ah, crap. Let's see, let's get up in chat here. That's an episode on Loopy was Kelpie. You'll see, I guess I wasn't. Let's see, Octavius Kitten did a Loopy episode. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think what her. I think her most recent episode I saw was the one where she did it on what was it, Dogs and Cats for Windows. Let's see, this game seems like you want to be Dragon Spirit for NES. Yeah, this game is intriguing because it's like close to the arcade experience, but not even close. And also, I'm not getting any audio from it as well. Let's go back to Ace of Aces. Actually, let's try Shoplifter again. See if we can get that one going. Come on, Shoplifter, come on. Ah, damn it, Shoplifter's still not working. Nope. The spikes must flow. Let me check up on the chat here. Hey, Doc, how's it going, man? Oh, hey, Godzilla, I didn't see you come in. Oh, also, John Rogers, how's it going? That was Xevious, is the game I was playing there. So it looks like Shoplifter won't work. Let's try Centipede. That could be kind of fun. It's kind of fun. I found a batch of 2600 games when I went to the Oregon coast about a year ago. And they just had a bunch for like a couple of dollars a piece, so it was a pretty sweet deal. Yeah, I think the Shoplifter one, even though like the cart looks immaculate, so I'm kind of wonder what's up with it in terms of what's going on, because even the pins look great, but I'll have to go and check it out and see what's going on with it. Wow, this actually looks... This feels a lot like the arcade version. Oh, man, if I paid attention, it would be a lot easier. Ah, wait, is the audio friggin... Hang on. I think I need to stop the stream and start over if you guys want legitimate game audio. It seems to happen when I run it through the VCR, for whatever reason, I end up losing audio. Let me power off the VCR and see if I can get this started again. So power off the VCR, start it back up. There we go. Okay, so it's the VCR as our point where we're losing audio. Turn down my television. Oh god, that was way too fast. Did anyone see the masterpiece that was Pixels? Yeah, Jimmy, you can't get out of that easy, despite the fact you were gone for 35 minutes instead of 20, you dick. Man, this actually feels legitimately good for the Centipede port. Yeah, this feels really freaking fluid. Quantum Leap. Blah, 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 blah. See, in the words of Orange Master Kevin, sad. Best sound effects on Atari. Holy shit, that spider's fast. What was that? The snake dude? But Jimmy, you, wait, oh, Gabber, you out here, man? Catch you later, dude. Let's see if I can get, Jimmy Hoppa in the chat here. One sec, guys. Jimmy, you grab your beers or whatever it was? The majority of Centipede hours as a kid were spent on the ColecoVision. Oh, damn. Yeah, ColecoVision seemed to have some pretty definitive arcade ports from that generation for sure. Let me catch up in the chat here. Always loved when he was a black guy. Or what? Oh, you're talking about Scott Bakula and Quantum Leap. Okay, that's what I'm catching now. See, your Electron Ash. Damn, was my favorite series. I watched Quantum Leap over a year ago. One of my favorite little bits from that was like when they get, like, he comes out of the warp and he like looks at the mirror and he's like, I'm retarded. That one just always stuck with me. Even though like it became a meme much later, still freaking stuck with me. Ah, man, freaking spider. See, I have a Zima in the fridge. Alright. You on Skype, Jimmy? So just get my hands on Pinch another day. Trackball in the arcade version of Centipede. Oh man. Yeah, I didn't realize you could actually get your hand pinched on that thing. That's kind of nuts. Let's see, let's try and call Jimmy and see if we can get him in here. Hey!
Hello, everybody. Oh dear, there's people in your chat.
I know, clearly I Skyped the wrong channel. Oh, Jesus.
Welcome. These are import white women in China for Halloween. You get Mata money, you get a beautiful white woman. Yeah, that's the channel you accidentally called.
Okay, that'd be really interesting. It'd be like the Wish app / something else.
Beautiful Ukrainian and Russian women imported to China to cheat on these rich, tiny Chinese men.
Ah, yeah, John, I've already drank like 4 IPAs this evening, and I'm drinking Apothic Red right now. As Casey would say, I'm being a nasty girl, quote unquote.
That's okay. I'll ready the diet wine later.
Oh hell yeah, yeah.
I do have a real man's brew. We've got that Heartland from Keating.
But yeah, I was over at my buddy's house this evening. We were playing poker and smoking cigars, and I was losing money, so that was great.
Oh, that's money you could have spent for some awesome Saturn games.
Yeah, clearly. I don't know what $20 would have gotten me though, but so I only lost $20.
I could stretch that $20 and get you some of the classics. I could get you Magic Knight Rare and Albert Odyssey and Shining the Holy Ark.
That'd be the Japanese version though.
Yeah, that's okay though. You just learn Japanese. Or you can hold your phone up to the screen. Apparently, Google Translate works like that.
Oh yeah, freaking yeah, the Google Translate's badass now.
Yeah, I've actually never used the camera one yet, but I've seen people use it, and it kind of works pretty well. I don't know.
Hmm.
Pretty soon it'll be perfect.
Die there.
Nasty girl and her bottle Zima wine. Actually, I have a
1995 for a
Zima.
bottle. Like, oh, man, frick! I need to go find a class. What? Shit, I don't know if Gowan Field has a class 6. They have a Sutler store, but I'm not sure what they charge for booze out there. I know it's tax free though, at least.
Bottle of Jack Daniels.
Casey called you Yellow Boy.
Yellow boy.
Sorry.
That's just racist.
And
We don't. This is us. You have to get kicked out.
I made him a
Get
moderator,
kicked
so we
out,
can't get rid of
please.
him. He's too
Shit.
fantastic.
Damn it. We have to kick him out and then report him for harassment. Let's go over there and flag his channel. Where's Mundane Matt when you need him? Get a trusted flagger. Can I get a trusted flagger in here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a thing? Trusted Flagger? Was he one of the YouTube heroes? Was that who he was?
I'm a YouTube hero. Like I'm like high level, so
Hmm.
don't fuck with me. I'm a good boy. I don't do nothing.
My dad owns
Except
YouTube,
flag
guys.
people.
Just to let you know.
Yeah, my uncle works at YouTube. My auntie is Susan Waskowniak or whatever her name is.
Wasn't she like her whole thing, like why she got hired at YouTube was because she literally rented the garage to the guys who founded Google.
Is that really why?
Yeah, that's like really why she's the CEO.
Oh, no wonder all her decisions are awful and terrible. She's a garage renter.
She's like, what would I do if this was a garage and I was renting it? What
Here's the
would be
thing-
my philosophy in running that business?
God damn it! It's not even like it was a house or like a fucking fancy townhome or something like that. It was a garage.
It was.
So it's not even a lady who has like some business savvy. She just rents garages out to fucking like tech nerds.
Makes
Back
sense.
before the boom, I guess.
Yeah, it makes complete
That makes a lot of
actually.
sense. Yeah, you
that
should do a hit piece on Susan and see how long your channel lasts.
I should do that.
Flagged for hate speech.
Just
By the way, I like this.
flag
is this
for
Centipede,
being
right?
anti-garage.
Or is this a different one? Is this
Well-
Centipede or is this Millipede?
This is Centipede.
Centipede, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks and sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I have
Atari.
to say, like, the 7800 for arcade ports is pretty fun.
Yeah, I actually I begin the 7800. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a bit of an MSX, a little bit of a
Yeah.
maybe a little bit even stronger than the original MSX. It's the graphics. My MSX is the ports for that are kind of weird. Like Galaga, all the ships are like one color. It just couldn't handle the power of Galaga.
Well, it's kind of interesting because, like Stalker was a MSX game originally, right? Oh,
Stalker?
Snatcher. Sorry, Snatcher. Snatcher, my bad.
Snatcher, there was like a MSX2, yeah, like a floppy diskette. Is it 3.5?
Okay. Yeah, because
There's also SD Snatcher, which they have little chibi SD characters. It's adorable.
Oh, that sounds just absolutely cute.
Yeah, a lot of pretty good Konami games on MSX platforms. Some of the games though are not as good as like the the Nintendo or whatever the fuck.
I was just
Yeah,
curious.
so
Someone was
weird.
telling me like it actually was like better on the MSX. I'm like, I don't know, man. Freaking the Sega CD offered a lot of opportunities for that game. It probably didn't have on the MSX, but I could be wrong.
I would imagine that the Sega CD version is probably better, but they all have different like versions. A lot of things got censored from the console releases. I think what people say is the PC Engine Super CD version is probably the best one to get if you want like the complete experience, because the things don't get cut as much, and it looks good. I don't know. I don't care about.
You just see the guy's head get twisted off.
Yeah, just
kinda
sitting
stuff.
out the corner with blood, hanging out.
MSX had the original Metal Gear. And chat's really active tonight. I had a hard time keeping up with them. Play these.
Yeah, now
games.
let's take a look. Talking about PP and Pete and Reed and Joe from Game. Welcome to Game Sack. 8 mega power. The parallax scrolling in this game is pretty phenomenal.
Wait, Doom movie was shit.
I don't know which one that is, Dave or Joe. Doom movie was weird. It had. I just watched a clip from the Doom movie, the first person scene, and it was so dark I couldn't even tell what was going on. But I don't know. Some people say that movie's awesome. I tried to watch
like
part of it.
The FPS part in the movie was actually pretty interesting, but I'd say the rest of it was really odd, especially the part where they had like the special forces guy who was talking about how excited he was to go to Thailand to have sex with little boys. I was like, why is this in the movie?
This is that early 2000s edge, dude. Right before everything got real PC.
Yeah.
You could say whatever, even if it was like really awkward and like uncomfortable. Like,
I don't know. I feel like that was one of those things like a producer put in the movie. Like, I think we've had this conversation before, but the Transformers 3, where like Marky Mark's daughter's dating that one dude who pulls out the Romeo and Juliet card, talking about why he can date her because he dated her before he turned like 21.
I don't even.
And it was like, why is that in the movie?
Because all the pedo directors and the producers they're trying to shove their agenda. It's like that one guy that worked in Nickelodeon had that weird foot fetish, and like every character's like smelling feet or having to lick feet and shit in his shows. Yeah. Pretty creepy. I've never watched any of the Transformers movies though.
Wait, what? Someone on that movie had to look that up to find out if it's real.
Oh. Goddamn. So Inigo Montoya is saying that I'm the boy fucker. Thanks. Yeah, some people say that the movie's okay. What's going on in here?
Oh man, that was a clever play. I actually would not have picked that one up. Let's see. Let's go ahead and check out Robotron on the 7800.
That would be good.
Yeah, I went to a thrift store the other day, and they had a kind of a pile of these things. So I picked up 4 games, and I'm kind of bummed that Shoplifter doesn't work.
What?
Oh, I picked up Shoplifter as well for the 7800, but it doesn't really work. Like the console, boots to like the Atari screen, but like the game doesn't start. So it's kind of bummer.
I think there's a game for the MSX I want to get. It's called Super Drinker. And it's this fat guy who's like, I guess you have to collect beers and run away from police officers. And it's very like old style kind of Atari graphics. It looks pretty awesome.
Sounds like
I should
the best game ever made.
Yeah, you should just see the cover. It's just some fat cartoon guy spilling his beer and like the cops chasing him. It's pretty cool.
Wow, this is like really
talking about this is your chat, man. I'm talking about she-mails in here.
Oh yeah.
Is Kevin Ball talking about Blair White again? What's going on here?
Oh god. I remember we had had a couple of Marines in here. We were talking about Thailand, and then one of my bosses talking about loving ladyboys. That was really interesting.
And then Doom talking about going to Thailand to bang some boys.
Yeah, I'm just like, what is this?
This is your two movement.
Yeah, what have I done to my YouTube channel? I mean, whatever. This is the person I am. This is what we've done.
This is no holds barred.
That's why I don't start streaming till like 2 in the morning.
Pepsi Man.
Oh yeah, Pepsi Man's the thing.
Gonna give you a controversial opinion here. Pepsi Man, not that good of a game. It's kind of one of those import games that a bunch of hipsters point to.
This thing is more of like a rail
runner
or something like that.
Yeah, it's a running game and it's okay, but it was a budget game for a reason. I don't think it's worth the praise that it gets. People just like it's so quirky and wacky, and there's like way better running games on PS1. Oh no, being one of them.
Was that the one like the weird people eating the burgers? Was that the game like you did a whole video on?
The weird people eating the burgers. Oh yeah,
you cheeseburgers, something like that.
Yeah. Your sandwiches get minus your HP.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a fucking fun ass game. I actually have an extra copy. I have to do a giveaway on my channel that was supposed to do in July.
Please tell me I won already without even doing the giveaway.
Did you even comment on it?
Maybe.
I don't think you did.
Probably not.
I don't think you did.
I watched it. I don't know if I commented because I'm an asshole.
That's fine. You don't have to comment. I don't comment on anybody's videos anymore, so only on Blair White's videos. Sorry, Kevin. Let's see. Let's let the weirdness happen, Ian. See, people are embracing the weirdness.
Giving away used condoms from this ladyboy's day.
Yeah, man.
Casey's got fucking. He's ripping the shit out of me tonight.
Mm-hmm. I think he's I don't know. I think he's jealous. I think he wants some of those used rubbers, man.
Got it, yeah. I mean, those were something, right?
I believe in Australia. I think
he's on a bottle in. All right, fantastic.
Yeah.
He's on point. Right, he's right where he needs to be. That's what's going on here. Okay, what are the cone people in this game? Halo Master Chief Collection is now updated in 4K. Oh, damn.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's kind of true. I haven't played Halo in a long time.
I think it still holds up pretty well. I mean, if you got a fast trigger finger with the Duke, and you got that plasma pistol, legendary. It's not that hard. I think I really would have loved to have played that Halo 2 E3 demo.
Oh yeah, man, freaking!
That
game looked amazing. Like the E3 demo, looked like, man, none of that's gonna be in the game, but it looked great. But that was actually a point in my life when I believed that was like what the game was actually gonna look like, and we didn't get any of that. Some of the destructible environments in that freaking video, you're like, oh my god. Didn't know the Xbox was capable of that. No, it turns out it's not. But yeah, looked great.
No, we got a very important question from Seven Beetle of Doom. Who your favorite transgender porn star, and why is it Amy Daly? Well, it's not Amy Daly. It's like for me, it's obviously Ron Jeremy.
Is Ron Jeremy transgender, or is he just so amazing he surpasses gender?
His cock's so big he's transhuman. He's trans buffalo. I don't know. Do buffaloes have big dicks? I don't know.
Didn't know they legally allowed elephants to work in that industry.
But
yeah,
Halo Master Chief Collection. Be pretty good.
Why are you looking at?
Look at his dick. How can you, Casey? How can you not look at his dick when he's got it over his shoulder? He's got such dreamy eyes. Haven't you seen Super Hornio? Come on, man. Don't do it on me.
I'm just gonna sit here and watch.
I'm
gonna watch my sub count just degrade.
Casey Ryback says there are women in the videos, but they're unfortunately they're obscured by Ron Jeremy's huge cock. So I don't know. Oh, man, this type of subject matter is never on GameSack. Well, the name, right? You would have thought.
This is why I'll never get a panel at one of the big conventions. This is just why.
Yeah, who cares? You don't need a panel. We can go to the AVNs and get a panel at this rate. I'd like to hook up Casey Ryback with one of those eye trackers and make him watch a Ron Jeremy movie and see how many times his eyes go towards his cock. Because you gotta look at that cock when it's Ron Jeremy. And everyone's gonna say I'm gay again, but
Yeah.
Oh, Godzilla said, "Stop licking your lips." Stop.
Oh my god! A bunch of the tiny robots just came out and kicked my ass.
This game's alright too.
Let's see, I think you mentioned Ron Jeremy, your sub count increase. Oh, okay, fair enough. Let's keep mentioning that.
Say it 3 times, he's gonna appear.
Just gonna appear and just do a
in character, Super Hornio.
Oh god.
Thank you so much for sucking my dick.
Just hear horrible screams from this end of the stream.
Oh, we can, Electron Ash is saying that me, you, Yahel, and GameSack can use Adam Korlick as a chair for a panel. I don't know, only if he bathes.
Wait, is it Adam Korlick, the Dreamcast guy?
He's the guy who really likes Shenmue. He's the guy who misleads a lot of people on, like, hardware shit. So a lot of people bought that really... Like, the one that you use, that upscaler, HDMI one. Oh, he's I don't know. Some people tell me he's like a really nice guy, but I know a lot of people who hate his.
So the upscaler I bought because it was dirt cheap. It wasn't actually because he had any influence on that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. The funny thing, I've been watching some of his stuff recently, and for some reason he was just talking mad shit about the pound cable for Dreamcast. I'm like, what's your problem? It's $30, and it's not the $100 you want for your freaking other shit that comes from Turkey. So I don't understand what your issue is with it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It does exactly what the other cables do. Even though it may not necessarily give you the greatest video quality, but it's only $30 versus that 100 shit. So I'm like, all right, whatever. But yeah, I wouldn't say he misled me at all on that one. I just thought that was a freaking sweet deal for a system that upscales the graphics just a bit.
Yeah, I could tell you that probably in the chat, Electron Ash could probably go off on misinformation. But I don't know. Like I said, I never talked to the guy. Seems kind of nice enough.
Yeah.
I know he got beef with my buddy Bob. And there's a
he's got beef with RGB.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
There's a video of an interview that kind of went awry. It's kind of funny. I think it's a little bit on the spectrum, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah. See, your case just says he's not watching any porn of you, but you.
Oh, what?
He says you get all cock crazy.
I'll only eat the cock if it's like hidden in that popcorn that you prepared, Casey. you dirty, you devious little rascal, you.
See, I never got Shenmue. I would have rather played. Okay, here's the thing that's pissing me off recently. All these big YouTubers are shitting on Shenmue, like the HD re-release. I'm like, did you play that shit when it came out? I'm like, why are you shitting on it? Like, you fucking know what you're going to be playing. Fucking everybody played that shit in the 90s already.
Who's shitting on Shenmue?
Fucking Donkey, and then fucking... Who's the other big YouTuber that was shitting on it? I'm like, fuck you. Oh, no, fucking Jim Sterling. Fuck that guy.
Oh, Jim Sterling's just... Yeah, fuck that guy. that guy's a piece of work. He's in the past few years... Oof. You can tell he's been drinking a lot of types of Kool-Aid. I give him 5 years. Yeah. 3 years tops, he's probably going to die.
Oh, God.
And Jim Sterling is a literal cuckold. He admits he's proud. He's like, that's why I'm a feminist. My wife.
Yeah, that was the thing that he was talking about.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. I don't really get the appeal with him, but he used to be a very good consumer rights guy, apparently. But yeah. Funhouse was shitting on it, too. GameSack was shitting on it, too. Everybody's shitting on Shenmue.
Did they play the original Shenmue? Did they not know what the fuck they were buying?
I don't know. Yeah, it's just a high-res Shenmue with most of the game in widescreen.
They're like, why did they improve these things for Shenmue? I'm like, I don't know, because they fucking gave you Shenmue, the game everybody wanted that already fucking played.
Here's the real reason why they did it. They didn't want to add anything extra to Shenmue 1 and 2 because they know if they add all these cool features, people are just going to be like, yeah, Shenmue 1 and 2 are great, and then they're going to play Shenmue 3. I'm like, oh, God. This game's awful.
Well, I mean,
but if you keep Shenmue 1 and 2 the way it was, keep it as, as much as the way it is as possible, it'll maybe make Shenmue 3 look better. I don't know. I'm hoping Shenmue 3
is Sega even freaking, oh, God. Knocked over my trash bag with fucking beer bottles on it. Oh, God, it scared me.
I thought Jim Sterling was in there.
Oh, God, Jim Sterling's here. Jesus.
Oh,
help me.
Hey.
So I don't want Shenmue, but a really nice Daytona remake. Oh, that'd be interesting. I fucking love Shenmue, and I'm actually probably going to go buy the Shenmue game here later. But I'm like, I already own it on Dreamcast. I guess I'm not sure I want an extra copy of it yet.
Yeah. Apparently, Citrus 3000 PSI and Chris, I'm not sure if I know who Chris is, but they're going to release an open source Dreamcast HDMI board, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, damn.
But I don't see much money. Oh, well, it's too bad. Jim Sterling or Rich of Review Tech USA will be exposed as Mundane Matt 2.0. Well, I think Rich of Review Tech USA, he's gotten a lot of shit over the years. What was that thing? Big Cheese. Let me tell you about this guy. He's a fucking loser. He gets on my case about this shit. I'm rich. I need your money. Go to my Patreon. I'm going to improve my editing techniques. Rich from Review Tech USA. That's I don't know if you know that.
Does he have editing techniques?
Well, he kept saying he was going to improve his format, but he never did. But I don't know. I think he's a guy who gets a lot of shit too for no reason.
I don't know. I don't really watch him, but it seems like he turned his editing concepts into a Windows Surface tablet where he has like notes in front of him and he just talks to a camera, which I'm like, he figured it out and he got a format that works for him and his audience. So I mean, good for him. But I don't know. I was watching his channel and he was just kind of shitting on the At Games Genesis, and I'm like, why? It's not that bad.
It's a piece of shit. They didn't give me any money to do this review.
Yeah, God. I mean, it's like I don't know why people like crap on the At Games one. I'm like, I don't get it. It's not a bad system. I've kind of been really enjoying mine, but.
I'm gonna catch up on the chat here. Old Atari Gamer Seeds doesn't want Shenmue, but a really nice Daytona remix.
Yeah.
You mean like the song? Daytona.
Let's see. Godzilla says, I prefer playing Shenmue on DC. Looks well enough at VGA. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty sharp already.
I Apparently, GameSack was shitting on that Shenmue port because it's glitchy as hell and unplayable. But I don't know. Maybe it might be like a Silent Hill collection again, where it's just fucked up. But I've not heard that or anything I've seen. But I've not really looked too much into it. So
but yeah, so like a lot of the people shitting on it that I've seen, they were shitting on Shenmue because it was the base game Shenmue. I'm like, yeah. Let's see. Do you have any Atari computers? I do not, actually. I had the opportunity to buy a bunch of Atari ST games, but the place I was at wanted just way too much for them. They wanted like $10 a cartridge, and I'm like, fuck that.
Colin Swinburne wants to drown my illegitimate children. Good luck. There's a lot of them out there. Catch them if you can.
It's like a Shenmue, or no, not Shenmue, but Jet Li movie, The One, where he's trying to kill your kids to get stronger.
The One, yeah.
I will be the one.
Yeah. I knew a guy in high school who was obsessed with that movie, and he kept saying that he was the one. I was like, shut the fuck up, you're not the one.
I remember.
Do your fucking math, Omar.
So I had a buddy who he just started cutting school, and he would go to his house and just watch The One over and over again. And like, it got to the point where like literally he failed out of high school because he was just going home and watching The One.
That's the saddest.
And I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing with your life?
Shit. Well, at least he wasn't going home and watching like the Crying Game or something.
Oh,
that would have been embarrassing.
Let's see, Historic Nerd controversial opinion. Earthbound is overrated, Chrono Trigger is superior in every way. You know, I actually have not played either of those. I was a Genesis kid growing up, so I didn't get a chance to play Earthbound or those ones.
Yeah, I would say that Chrono Trigger is way better than Earthbound, but I didn't play Earthbound when I was growing up, and I couldn't really get into it.
I don't know. It always seemed to me like Earthbound was just really way too kiddie, and the story was kind of odd.
Yeah, if you wanna see a fat 30-something-year-old cry, who played Earthbound anyway, like just talk to a guy about Earthbound who played it when they were a kid, and talk to them about the ending, and they're gonna start crying. I swear.
Yeah, I've actually had coworkers talk to me about how much they love Chrono Trigger, so it's kind of.
Chrono's really good.
Yeah,
I'm more of a Chrono Cross guy though.
Yeah.
Controversial opinions, even though who fucking cares?
Let's see here. Casey Ryback says, going home to watch some tranny porn. Then 10 years later to make a video about
Video game YouTube channel.
Shit, he's on to me.
Yeah, it's like he looked into our past.
Oh god, he's on to us.
Shit. I'm gonna say, Electron Ash, he's a good guy to have in your corner if you want to talk technical shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, I met Jimmy. Oh.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
He's got you. He's got you.
He's got me, man. Dude, he's a time traveling pervert if he knows about all this shit. Why are you watching tranny porn 10 years ago, dude? You could have went back in time and fucked Hitler. What the hell's wrong with you? Squandered opportunity. It's okay, Casey. I love you too.
Let's see, Kevin Ball. Jimmy, can you retire your default voice and use various voices instead? Particularly old racist Japanese guy.
Yeah, shit. Everyone always tells me how boring and monotone and stupid my voice is. So I should just do voices. It'd just be like a classic game room.
Well, I love how okay, so your channel and the way you do your video presentations makes you seem like the tamest person alive.
Yeah.
And then I come into live stream with you and I'm like, man, you're fucking the best.
This guy's a fucking idiot. Well, I don't want any stupid. I don't want retardation to turn anybody off to the subject I'm talking about. So try to do it clear and calm and
concise and just this is what the product I'm telling you about. Just enjoy it, right?
Yeah. From now, I'm just gonna be an actual dick in my videos. It'll just be me.
Just be you.
Hey guys, like that Jap video games? Yeah. Hitler was a good guy, just misunderstood. There you go. I was just waiting for that.
Oh no.
Can we get the Ralph Retort crowd to come in here now? Let's blow your shit up. Thank you, Electronic Ash. Or Electron Ash, sorry. Holy shit. Oh,
see, Top Hat Gaming Man was the 64 DD even worse than the 32X. Yeah, he's trying to get them clicks.
He's trolling them Nintendo fanboys though, and I kind of like that. I need to do more Sega stuff because I'm a pretty big Sega fan. Even though I grew up mostly with Nintendo, I would probably say that I like Sega shit more. It's just cooler. I don't know.
I'm just a huge Sega fanboy personally.
I am too.
But all I know now is that like Sega, based on the videos I've made about like Sega Japan, will probably never ask me to review one of their products.
Oh,
I just know that for a fact.
well, you got to stop having people in your chat who said Hitler was misunderstood. And
that'll definitely.
We gotta stop talking about Thai tranny boys.
Never.
And again, you know, look at Sega Europe doesn't care, but Sega of America.
God,
really
freaking like, have you ever watched the Sega Europe / Sega like official channel on YouTube?
Not the official channel, but I see people retweet it whenever I'm on Twitter.
It's just so fucking weird. Like they pick like the oddest people to live stream and just like the least charismatic humans they can possibly find. And I'm like, really? I'm like, how much are you paying these guys for that? Because it's interesting to me because I'm like, how did they get these jobs?
We should go tell them like, hey, don't hire those uncharismatic guys. Hire us uncharismatic guys.
Same issue, like the same issue I had with like PC Gamer YouTube channel. And I'm like, you guys, PC Gamer used to be like the definitive PC gaming point to go to, like in magazine form and potentially online.
Yeah, definitely.
And then like you go to their YouTube video channel, it's like they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They'll have a day where they post like 30 videos in 5 minutes, and it's just like random cuts from like demo footage they filmed. And I'm like, who is running your YouTube channel?
It's just like everything these days. They're run by dum-dums.
Yeah.
You know? And I think for those channels they really don't want to offend. Either it's like you got to be so bland you don't want to offend anybody, or like you just choose a side and you just offend everybody not in line with your beliefs.
I'm not sure it has anything to do with that. I think it has to do with the fact that like PC Gamer just doesn't know what they're legitimately doing anymore. Because I was at even like their magazine recently. I was at an airport and I bought a copy of PC Gamer because I'm like, fuck, I haven't seen this in forever. I bought it, and they literally had a page dedicated to a guy that was playing Grand Theft Auto 5 mods. Like 2 years after the game came out. I'm like, really? You're dedicating magazines, physical advertisement space to a guy talking about GTA 5 mods.
Is that a hello, fellow young people? Kind of
I don't know. Like I was reading
PC Gamer, like, oh, kids love this mod GTA 5 shit.
Maybe all I can tell you is that it was not good writing. I can tell you that for sure.
I think they forgot that the PC is now like the #1 platform again, and I think they got so fucking afraid in like the mid, I guess the early 2000s when like all the console shit was taken over. They're still stuck in that place. They don't have their confidence. They don't have their prowess.
They just like honestly they need to go back and like bring back Coconut Monkey and kind of reinvigorate some of the stuff they used to talk about. It would have been great. Yeah, they should have an article about a guy streaming ZVS.
Fuck yeah.
God, that would be...
Love that ZVS.
See, Ian, you should really check out some recent IGN articles. They might have copied his scripts. Wait, I've got to read the earlier part. Electron Ash, it's a shame about Sega not making hardware anymore. They did kind of screw it up with Saturn. I don't mind if people have different beliefs on subjects, stuff like favorite games consoles, but I can't handle misinformation and facts. Oh, yeah.
I'll say for a 7-beat of Doom, he's asking why Sonic got creepy weird fandom, but not Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong didn't have quite... I guess apes are too human-like for furries. And also, Donkey Kong doesn't have, like, hot girl characters to creep out on. I don't know.
Well, they had the...
I guess you could say Candy Kong.
CG ape from the cartoon.
I've seen... Well, yeah. I've seen some people talk about how they love... what's her name? Frenchie Kong? What's that bitch with the fucking beret?
I don't know. Probably that.
I don't know. Suck Le Boo Kong and I don't know.
Let's see, National Entry, I still can't remember
Dixie Kong, there you go.
Which way around it was with 32X. I thought it was Sega Japan who were pushing it to SOA. Oh, yeah, friggin' like the 32X is such an odd amalgamation of like who was driving the project and when. Because, like, ultimately, like, if you talk to Joe Miller, based on the interviews I've read of him talking about it, he kind of inherited the project because Nakayama was the one who was the brainchild behind the project. But Joe Miller kind of inherited it because he shot down the idea of just releasing a 32-bit cartridge system. And so they gave him the 32-bit 32X. It's really odd, and I need to try and see if I could maybe... I really highly doubt I could get, like, Nakayama to give, like, an interview. I doubt that. Because that dude...
You could try.
I could try, you know, honestly. I finally got Jan Timmer to freaking do an email, so that was fantastic. So maybe I could get Nakayama.
Yeah. You know, in the chat is saying that, no, Sega Japan was jealous of Sega of America, and that's why they got all this drama and stuff, but that's not true.
I believe
Sega
that.
of Japan, here's what happened. I'm going to tell you actually what happened.
Okay, all right.
Sega of Japan was angry with Sega of America. It wasn't jealousy. It wasn't like, oh, these shiri Americans and that stuff. It was because of one single title that Sega of America pushed. And the Japanese people they did not agree. It was dishonorable. And that title is Green Dog. So all you fuckers out there who like Green Dog, you can blame Green Dog for ending Sega.
Which game is Green Dog? I gotta hear this one.
Oh, well, you can do a video on it. How Green Dog killed the Sega Saturn and 32X. You know, there's no more Dreamcast 2 because of fucking Green Dog.
I need to hear about this. This actually sounds fantastic.
I've never
heard this perspective. I'm like, what is Green Dog? What is Green Dog? What is Green Dog? I haven't heard any of this.
You don't know what Green Dog is? It's this piece of shit.
You don't know Green Dog? You don't know that?
You don't know Green Dog, bro?
You could probably, honestly, like, if you did, like, a great video of editing and all that kind of stuff, you could probably push some kind of fake perspective involving Green Dog.
Watch Mojo rips off the video.
Who did they rip off anyway? Who was it?
Larry Bundy Jr., but he's ripped off. He's ripped off everybody's Let's Play.
He doesn't even edit his own video.
He does, but you know who edits it by this style.
Yeah.
Be careful. Larry's probably watching this right now. He's make an Encyclopedia Dramatica article about you, dude.
No, I know Larry. He's watched on my videos, but I don't think he's actually stuck around to watch anything else.
You never know. I think he has like 80 computers and just has like everything on monitor.
Just like a hacker hitting on the room.
He's a hacker.
You mean Clifford the Big Red Dog?
Clifford.
Yeah. But I've always kind of liked Larry Bundy because, like, he's been around since, like, the early Screw Attack days, and then Screw Attack kind of boned him over, and then he kind of kept going, and then went to.
I like Larry. I got no beef with him. He's been entrenched with internet drama though since the dawn of.
Yeah, I was
prodigy internet.
I found it intriguing how he kind of like has a huge beef against Pat the NES Punk too.
Nah, that's good people in my book. Beef with Pat. I'm Pat.
The thing I find so funny is like Pat, like, was it
an open? I appreciate that he's very openly much like a dickhead, but he's yeah.
Yeah, fair enough there. Like, it's kind of intriguing. Like, pretty much Pat like has pretty much given up entirely on doing like his old review styles and just pretty much gone entirely towards that.
The Cupocast.
Yeah, the Cupocast. Yeah.
Yeah. Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's kind of how it is, though. You know, once you make it big, you're just like, whatever, fuck it. I got plenty of money from this.
Well, it's like one of those things where, like, you know what? I know it's working for my channel. I'm not even gonna bother going back and doing the stuff that I used to do if the other stuff's working.
Exactly. That's why a lot of people who were doing like kind of video reviews when streaming was starting to kind of pick up, they all just moved to Twitch, and they're like, I'll just be a Twitch streamer and have meltdowns live because I can't handle my liquor and I live with my mother and shit like that. I don't know.
Totally it.
NES Pat was cool until the neckbeard joined the show. Like, I guess you're talking about
Ian
Ferguson.
Yeah.
I guess you're talking about. Yeah, he's a sensitive boy. That one. Saturn is also the best-looking old-school console IMO. That you are correct, Godzilla.
Disagree on that one.
I think that little accent where it's translucent and you can kind of see the disc spinning too. It's like, oh, it's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's the ultimate console design.
Well, I mean, like,
Zip
I
to
would
the
say, like,
bits.
the physical design of the Saturn is the one thing they got right. I'll give it that.
You mean the insides too, right? It's the
No, no,
physical.
I mean
Yeah.
the physical, like the exterior,
Best
the
of all
visual
worlds.
design. How about that?
Uh-huh.
But ultimately, I think the Genesis 1 and 2 have just a great freaking, like, hi-fi electronics design to them that's just fantastic.
I think the one is, and they also have like the what does it say, like high definition graphics or
Oh,
something
yeah,
on it?
freaking, yeah, the freaking the Model 1 Genesis is, like, probably one of my all-time favorites, just in terms of design.
Yeah, I love the original Genesis
Also, that
design.
this
Unfortunately,
slick-ass fucking, like, that just red decal to it. Man.
sweet. Pro
Yeah.
system mean prostitute. I don't know about that.
Oh, no. I
How
don't
how
know
you
this.
liking how you liking Robotron, by the way?
Not too bad. I can kind of just, like, space out and just play this game. It's kind of nice.
This is it's just one stick, right? So you have to like walk in the direction
Yeah,
where you shoot.
you have to hold the
Yeah.
button and then point in the direction, and it just shoots for you, basically.
Okay. Yeah, unlike Smash TV, where it was like the two, right?
Yeah.
Or was that also
No,
that was a twin stick,
well,
right?
Smash TV was it depends if you played on like the Genesis or the Super Nintendo. And the Genesis one that
Right.
I have, you have to aim and shoot, so it doesn't
Okay.
let you just move and shoot.
There you go, console number. Makes me want to see Smash TV. I guess he's going to be in Akihabara on the 27th of January with a
Oh.
fat stack of cash for booze and games.
I
Okay,
guess you got to go there and help him out, and he'll give you free booze.
hopefully. We got to go get some kebabs at Star Kebab right next to Beep. It's going to be awesome.
Let's switch back to pole position because this apparently was the pack-in title for the Pro System.
Let's take a look.
Yeah. Apparently, this was the game that was going to sell 1,078
Just 1,000?
I don't know. That's all they ever sold, right?
Oh yeah, pole position too. Wow, that looks great.
I mean, for like a system designed in 1982, if this had come out like around that time, this would have been pretty great. But
No, I still think it's very impressive.
it's not bad. I mean, what the system like what this ended up coming to the market like what 88, 87?
I mean, I'm just thinking for like an Atari game.
Oh yeah, true.
It's a 7800, right? But still, a pro system.
P.
But I always find it hard to play these kinds of games unless it's like a what do you call? What's that fucking game I'm thinking of? The Sega one? Not Outrun.
Hang on.
Not Hang On.
Oh,
The one with the funny characters. I can't even remember the name right now.
California.
Now somebody in the chat would be like, "This is stupid."
Space Harrier?
It was there's a good Saturn port for it, and there's like a bad PC Engine UCard port for it. Space Harrier is a good one with this kind of style. I also like Galaxy Force 2.
Not Outrun. Do you ever say that?
No, not Outrun, not Afterrunner either. It's a racing game.
Because the game that's coming to my mind is like Outrun.
It's got a guy who looks like
or...
Zangief on the cover.
I have no idea.
Okay. Top Gear
Not
on
a
Genesis.
clue.
Oh, it's gonna like somebody in the chat's got it. Chase HQ's. I like Chase HQ, but it's not that one. Buggy Boy. It's not Chase HQ. It's not you call it SCI. Kevin Spacey's Rally. That's it. Fuck. The one. It's the one where you pick up little boys. God damn it, Electronics, you got it.
So you pick up male actors and hit on them and try and force them to your particular viewpoint.
Well, and you also try to play their father.
That
in the movie.
pisses me off. The fact I'm like, God damn it, Kevin Spacey, you being a fucking monster, and I'm not gonna know how fucking House of Cards ends.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey. I was at Kevin Spacey's house the other day. Yeah, Kevin Spacey. Never go away.
He will not.
Let me grab another drink. I'm gonna grab my Zima.
Yeah, keep drinking, man.
Yeah.
I knew he was a monster. You all see 7? Yeah, I mean, that was a good performance on his part. But yeah,
Okay.
it's just kind of really annoying that he, him being a monster ruined House of Cards. Man, that was such a good show.
Yeah.
And like him being such a
He
monster, like
also
they could
ruined
have.
my childhood, but hey, whatever. House of
Wait,
Cards, right?
how do you ruin your childhood?
I was hashtag touched by Spacey.
Oh God.
It was the Bug's Life. Just came out. They're doing a special promotional thing in Honolulu. Like, you want to see some of the voice actors? Meet some of the voice actors from the movie? He's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. This is Kevin Spacey. You want to go into the voice booth with him? It's soundproof. And yeah, that's why I don't like Pixar.
Okay, yeah.
All right, I'm looking up what the fuck this is
That
called.
got dark, and you put that story together perfectly.
Thank you. Well, it's true. So
Really?
yeah, no, not really.
I'm like, go on. Let's go. Let's get you to sue Kevin Spacey. Come on, let's do this.
Do it.
Oh.
All right, the game I was thinking of is Power Drift.
Oh. Man, freaking Atari joysticks are really hard to drink and play at the same time with. He's playing a lizard person.
Are you? It's just the joystick for the 7800 as well, or
So like
is it a
the
controller?
the stock North American 7800 controller is just like 2 buttons and like a center joystick, and it's just the most ergonomically uncomfortable controller I've ever used in my life. So right now I'm using a 2600 controller,
Okay.
and yeah, what the
Are
hell were they
you
thinking?
are you only driving in first gear as you've been asked?
Probably.
Let's see. Fun fact: Toy Story had a vibrator joke. Those dirty dogs. How dare they? It's like Shrek had a bunch of penis jokes in it too. It's great.
Do the roar.
Shrek is one of those movies where I just saw the animation and I was like, this looks like shit. I'm gonna hate this movie. And I watched and I was like, oh, it's actually pretty good.
We're watching that movie in the 90s ago, man. This movie's great. It's freaking
Pretty
CG. So where could they possibly go? This CG looks so good.
No, I mean like the CG like technically is impressive, but the art looked like shit. I was like, ew. So there's a reason why people use Shrek as their fucking avatars everywhere. Because it's the ugliest fucking thing ever. And they want to troll you.
Oh yeah.
Shrek 5 confirmed. Shrek was meant to be voiced by Chris Farley,
Yeah.
then he ate himself.
No, it was more
Me,
like a lot of
you get a
black,
heart-
a lot of
lot
black,
of-
a lot of black tar heroin. That's what got Chris Farley.
Yeah, I was gonna say he died in his sleep, didn't he?
Yeah, I think it was more of an OD actually.
Yeah. Well,
Wait, what
of
game
overdose.
was this?
I know Candy died in his sleep, but
Oh, I never played Dig Dug.
oh fuck yeah, let's play some Dig Dug.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Farley. I was watching some Chris Farley clips the other day, and he was I was like it was like a Jay Leno appearance. It was maybe like a month or two before he died, and you could just tell he was really fucked up. I mean, he's funny as hell, but you could tell like
It was such a
he needed
bummer,
help.
like when he passed away, because
Yeah.
like he had like apparently gone on these programs and gotten clean and all that, and that was kind of a big part of his like his reinvigoration push. Because he actually like he had hosted SNL like before he passed away too, so it was a huge bummer.
I think I remember, yeah, watching that one was well, technically it wasn't live, I'm sure, but when it
Yeah.
was new.
Yeah, like when it came out, yeah. I remember watching that because it did a whole
Yeah.
replay on the Mike Ditka thing and the Chicago Bears joke and all that, and it was good
Yeah,
stuff. And then
yeah.
like he passed away
Having
like
a
that
heart
week,
attack
and you're like,
and,
damn.
Sorry, guys, just had another heart attack. Ditka.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Bears.
freaking Jim Belushi.
Yeah,
That was another
that was all-
tragic comedian
Yeah.
death.
Jim Belushi. Yeah, big fan of his most of his SNL stuff's great, you know, but big fan of the Blues Brothers. Yeah. Just watching the Blues Brothers maybe like a month and a half ago too, rewatching that kind of in the background because I got like Amazon Prime. Like I just put a movie in the background while I'm doing shit. And I had to like just stop what I was doing and just watch the movie. So fucking good.
I haven't watched the movie in a long time. Yeah, you following that stuff where what's his name? Matt Landis. What's his name? The writer.
You mean John Landis or his son, Max Landis?
His son Max Landis. Apparently, Max Landis is a horrible.
He's a
person.
Me Too'er.
Well, apparently
Yeah.
he's not a Me Too'er, but apparently he's the one who caused a lot of those problems.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
How so?
He was the one taking advantage of female employees and things like that.
Oh. Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
like, yeah, he's like a Me Tooer, as in like he too.
Yeah, he too. Yeah, yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh man.
Yeah, he's a bit of a fruitcake too. I'm surprised. Yeah, I was gonna say Electron Ash is saying, yeah, Max was on Red Letter Media. He introduced them to the wonderful world of what's that fucker's name? That really terrible Vanity Project actor guy, Neil Breen.
Oh yeah.
Good episode, but yeah, Max Landis always came across as a kind of of course he's a weird dude, but a bit of a tryhard.
Well, I remember him back in the day, like
Apparently he tried
early
hard to get
early
a lot of girls'
2000s. He
fans.
did the Death of Superman like video. He did that was actually fantastic.
Yeah, he's I mean, he's had a lot of stinkers for like the screenplays he's written, but talented guy. And
Oh.
I thought he was gay, so that was the biggest shock to me.
You're like, what is that?
Yeah, I don't like anyone named Max, especially if he's fucking Mike. Polly Pocket for life, bro. Neil Breen.
Just about the Max. What were those called? Like the Max. The freaking what was that toy line called? It was like the tiny
Mighty Max, Mighty Max.
Yeah, Mighty Max. But then they were like the whole big deal was like the Mighty Max tiny toys. What were those? It was a whole fad in the 90s. Was it Micro Machines? No, not Micro Machines, but it was like
There's Micro Machines. There's Polly Pocket.
But yeah, because
Mighty Max.
Polly Pocket was a genre of toy.
Yeah.
Was it Micro Machines? Is that what I was thinking of? Or I thought there was another whole thing. Because it was like
Micro Machines had like the cars and they also had like Star Wars miniatures.
Yeah, so that was Micro Machines. Okay, because I remember like I had a whole Star Wars thing that was Micro Machines at one point.
Micro Machines. That was the one. Those commercials had the guy with a really fast voice.
Oh yeah,
you remember that?
But I swear to God, there was another genre of toy that happened in the 90s where like all the toys were intentionally shrunken down.
Godzilla's talking about Muscle Men, the Kinnikuman 80s little kind of rubber toys, but health and safety wasn't good. Real helicopters.
See, I was watching. You ever watch
diorama.
the Hydraulic Press channel?
No. What do they do? Just crush shit?
Just crush shit, yeah. But he crushed a Stretch Armstrong, and I had no idea it was completely full of just basically like industrial glue resin.
Isn't it all like red inside and stuff?
The one he crushed was completely clear, but it was just nuts. I'm like, oh, I had no idea that kind of shit was in there.
Yeah, Stretch Armstrong. No matter how hard you try to stretch that shit, it would not break.
It just kept stretching. It was amazing.
That sounds sexual too. So.
Oh no.
Yeah,
that's where we're going. See, how can you not watch the press channel?
Shut up, Wesley.
Welcome to the Hydraulic Press channel.
Yeah.
We have a snake here. It's about to attack, so we must deal with it. That's my best Finnish accent.
That's fine. You just have to like go undercover now and get some dirt on European manufactured consoles.
I got to.
Let's see. By the power of YouTube, you can now watch the Vic Morrow death video at any time. God bless the internet side. That's the John Landis had that part in the Twilight Zone movie. That's what Electron Ash is talking about. And there's a, like the Vic Morrow died. Two Vietnamese or two Asian kids that played Vietnamese kids.
Child actors. Yeah, because that Huey helicopter takes them out like as they crashed the blades.
Yeah, they were doing pyrotechnics and it fucked up the helicopter.
Yeah, the pilot couldn't see and he just torqued his rotors and killed them.
It just like his like dude Vic Morrow's it just gets fucking clean cut right off. Apparently, that was all like one of those Faces of Death VHS tapes back in the day had that on there, and I guess probably somebody uploaded that shit. Yeah, but it's fucked up. But I've seen it, unfortunately, because when I read about it, I was like, I never watched any of those fucking ISIS or Al Qaeda cutting the heads off shit. I'm not into that stuff, but I just like, I gotta see this because I was drinking probably.
Remember, I think it was like the first time I ever saw that. It was 2012, and I watched HistoricNerd. No, sorry, Angry Video Game Nerd had a video about it, where he was talking about what happened during that movie, and I was like, oh shit, I had no idea. And I ended up looking it up, yeah.
What's weird about that is, so the Twilight Zone movie, I always liked the Twilight Zone movie, even though it's just like remakes of all the skits and shit, or mostly, right? But that scene too, like in the movie, he's a racist guy who hates everybody, but he goes through different time periods, and it ends. I think it ends in Germany or in whatever.
Well,
in
in the
I think
movie,
it ends
in the
in
original movie,
KKK.
it ended with him on a train. Actually, is what it ended.
Okay.
With.
I just remember he was like being accused of being black or Jewish or something, right?
Yeah.
Had a bad ending, but like that was supposed to be his redemption movement or a moment in the movie, because he's in Vietnam and he sees these kids and he tries to save them, and that was the whole thing where it was supposed to kind of have like a catharsis, whatever, like an arc for him.
My controller's not working. What's going on here?
Uh-oh. Getting murdered by these. Yeah, and like, so I was like, I kind of wanted to watch it because of that. Like, oh, it's really this big elaborate scene of explosions and a fucking village is in the water. It's fucked up, man. Ugh. And I think John Landis is to blame for that, for everything I've read.
It's one of those things where John Landis
over.
basically zero safety protocols when he was doing that. He always took risks. Apparently, like, they were lucky that nobody died when they were doing the Blues Brothers. Apparently.
Well, there's some crazy stunts in that movie.
Oh yeah, like, I had no idea, and I sit there and look back and I'm like, oh my god, yeah, they're really lucky nobody died.
It's fantastic, right? But like, ooh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I think Swinburne just watched Vic Morrow get his head chopped off.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Let's see, do they still show combat on Me Too TV? Used to watch that all the time. Yeah, actually, you can still find combat footage on YouTube, actually. Like, a bunch of the Ukrainian Civil War stuff is on there. Let's see here. Blues Brothers was insane. Oh, yeah. Blues Brothers is a great movie. Actually, I want to watch that again recently. Like, I need to watch it again.
I miss, like, I have, like, a big, like, DVD and Blu-ray collection back in the States. And, when I go back, I'm probably going to go through it and just find what I want and maybe take it back with me. I mean, everything's so easy now. You just get streaming services or downloads or whatever. It's probably the best thing. I'd be like, hey, Mom, Dad, you can have all my Blu-rays. but I had, of course, like, Blues Brothers on Blu-ray. And that's one I probably would take back with me. I got to get The Room as well. I
did pick that one up. That's one of those ridiculous films I need to own. Like, I've seen it a couple of times. So I'm like, man, why don't I own that?
I had two movies I was going to bring with me to Japan. I brought one. I brought Akira Blu-ray because I just bought it and I was like, okay, well, I'm definitely going to bring Akira with me. But I also had Kentucky Fried Movie and The Room.
Oh yeah.
And then at the very end, I was just like, yeah, do I really want these things? I don't even know if I'm going to have a lot of space in my apartment. Should have just brought them, but whatever.
I remember Kentucky Fried Movie being like this whole big thing back in like the late 90s.
Was it like I remember I first watched it probably like in 2000 and like early 2001. A friend showed it to me and I was like, this is like the funniest movie I've ever seen. And yeah. I mean,
it was just one of those edgy movies that like you bought. Like it was one of the ones where like I remember I had a bunch of friends who bought a lot of those skateboarder movies that were like crazy edgy back in the day.
I was gonna say, yeah, those and like Faces of Death, but like what I discovered around that era, like after watching Kentucky Fried Movie, so I never really considered it edgy, was I watched some John Waters movies, and the first one I ever watched was like somebody had like a recorded VHS tape of Desperate Living. You ever watched that?
Is that the one? Which one is that? The one where like
that's the one where it's Go ahead and
the woman like murders a rabbit. Is that what I'm thinking of, or am I thinking of a different movie?
In the very beginning of the movie. What's her name? I can't remember the actress's name, but her and this lady and her maid murder the white lady's husband, and then you have to go to the magical fucking world of Mortville, and to escape, there's a bunch of fucking weirdos and freaks and outcasts, and there's this bitch named Queen Carlotta there, who's like a brutal dictator. It's like the stupidest movie ever, but I swear to God, it's the only movie I've ever watched where I think I laughed the entirety of the movie. So, and I've actually only watched it all the way through that one time when I was in high school, and I still remember it pretty much beat for beat. You know,
yeah,
it was sadly it was a formative experience in my life. That's why I'm so fucked up. But yeah.
Oh,
People talking about Strange Brew in the chat.
Oh man, I fucking love Strange Brew. That was a
they had a
I fucking love that movie back in the day.
I've never watched
Nerd, are you familiar with Vic Morrow TV show Combat? That was talking about great show. What? No, I'm not too familiar with that one. I remember like when I was a kid, like there was this whole like infomercial thing with like, hey, buy our video footage of World War II, and I convinced my mom to buy that for me, and I had like gigantic VHS box sets of just World War II combat footage. I have no idea why my mother bought that for me. Like it would let me buy that.
For History Channel.
Well, no, it was like literally, it was like footage they'd like pieced together from film from like GIs and all kinds of shit. I was just watching it, like willy-nilly.
Pretty graphic stuff.
Yeah, kind of graphic stuff. I was like, damn.
Jesus. Yeah, man. I think like people. Here's a kind of a weird kind of observation I made. Like people didn't really think of World War II as this really graphic, terrible battle until Saving Private Ryan.
Well, then like the crazy thing, like if you go back,
like
and
people who weren't around that era, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, like if you go back and watch some of the old combat footage, you can find stuff of like Sherman tanks being hit and like American crewmen pulling bodies out of Sherman tanks to like fix them back up. And that was like the crap I found as a kid, like on these VHS box sets I was buying. And I'm like, why were these publicly available? This is insane. But yeah, that was like the stuff they were selling on like the what's As Seen on TV freaking
As Seen on TV.
Yeah, that was like the crap back in the 90s. And I'm like, damn. And I was sitting there, I was wondering, I'm like, I wonder if I could find those VHS tape box sets and actually like use that footage and like re-upload it, because I can't imagine they actually own the rights to it, because it's like 70 years and it's public domain now, probably.
I don't think you get fucked with that.
Yeah, probably not.
We should do that fucking video, the top 5 games with Hitler on the cover.
Oh god.
Some World War. You can do the intro for the World War II and.
Well, actually, one of the guys I work with, actually, he owns like a crap ton of historical weapons, and he really wants to do like a YouTube video. And so I was talking to him about it. I'm like, we could probably do like a weapons of World War II in video games kind of thing, because he has like all the main battle rifles of World War II for the most part. But like I guess like the thing though, like if you actually like go through with it and have the weapon fire, I guess like YouTube will like demonetize the video.
Oh, that's so stupid.
Yeah, I'm like, that's kind of weird. Let's see.
Because it was 73 talking about Band of Brothers. That was a good HBO.
Are you familiar with bum fights? Oh yeah, I am familiar with that. I remember when like that hit, like 96, 97. I remember when like bum fights hit, and like all the online videos like that were coming out for it.
I don't know if it's the same guy who started bum fights, but there was this guy. I think he was posting it on the internet. It might have been a DVD thing. It must have been a DVD guy. But, he was all controversial because he's, like, giving people, bums money and shit for this. But Dr. Phil had him on, right? And Dr. Phil was going to do a hit piece on this guy. And be like, you're taking advantage of people and getting these people to fight and blah, blah, blah. You're a terrible human being.
Amazingly enunciated and just absolutely, like, he, like, made these really good points.
What happened in that is that, there you go. 7-bit of Doom knows what I'm talking about. He dressed as Dr. Phil. Like, he got a Dr. Phil haircut and wore a suit and had a mustache. And while they were watching the video that they shot, I think Dr. Phil realized, like, oh, this guy is gonna probably expose me for being a snake oil salesman. So he's like, to make him look like he's the good guy, he's like, you know what? Cut the tape. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of my show. You're a piece of shit. And he was just like, you're doing the same thing I'm doing, but it's on a bigger scale. I was like, get the fuck out of here. And everybody nodded. It's like, woo, yeah, Dr. Phil. I love that snake. I love how it feels on my skin.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I think the one I was thinking of was one where, like, some random dude was trying to, like, attack the video game industry, and the guy that came out was, like, absolutely just prepared to defend it and just derailed every argument the guy could make.
I'll tell you what, like Dr. Phil way back in the day introduced me to Dick Masterson. That was one of the funniest things I'd ever seen. It was Dick Masterson trolling Dr. Phil's audience.
Which one was Dick Masterson?
He's still around, but he actually just got sued. It got dropped or whatever, but he got sued for $20 million.
Oh God.
by his ex, like I guess podcast guy. I'm sure some people in the chat know what I'm talking about, but he was on there just talking about how women belong in the kitchen and they're inferior and have
Oh.
smaller brains and shit. He was like totally trolling before there was like a big thing about trolling. It was the funniest thing, and like all these people in the audience were just like, he would say something and like they had no like retort, so like I just did not hear that. I just did not hear that. And he would make fun of these women in the audience who would challenge him, like saying like you're fat, and just like fucking with people, and they just did not get that they were being fucked with. Yeah.
Let's see here. The craziest footage I've seen on YouTube was old film reel about Army field medicine in Vietnam. Yeah, I can imagine anything involving Vietnam probably would have been incredibly messed up. Let's see here. World War II colored Netflix is a great episodic documentary. Love it. Ken Burns. Oh. Yeah, I guess that'd probably be pretty interesting.
Ken Burns.
Okay, I think I'm actually probably going to end the stream a little bit earlier than normal, around the 3-hour mark as opposed to the 4-hour mark, because unfortunately I'm kind of crashing, guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sucks. Yeah, I agree, Colin. Weak.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, guys. Just really tired. All right, but I definitely want to thank you guys for dropping by and hanging out as long as you have. I'll probably stream tomorrow evening as well, actually, because I don't work Monday. So definitely probably get online and hang out with you guys again, as always. But you guys, 24-hour stream. But you guys have a fantastic night. All right, so I want to thank you guys very much for dropping by.
All right. Take it easy, guys.
All right, and day.
Bye-bye.